This is how to quit your job without burning any bridges. First of all, congratulations on landing a new job, but you still want to make sure that you leave one in good standing and don't hurt your personal brand, because some of these people may have to write you a reference in the future. And some of these people may go and work at other companies that you would want to go and work at later on. Or also, there is a possibility that maybe you're going to a startup or some other company and you get laid off, or that company gets shut down, and you're going to want to find a job as quickly as possible, and you may want to come back to this company again. So you don't want to burn any bridges just in case you are going to work with these people again. And as a quick disclaimer, I am not a lawyer and none of this is legal advice. So before you quit your job, the first thing you're going to want to do is take a look at your employment agreement or the contract that you signed when you first took the job. You can go ahead and upload it to Google Gemini or ChatGPT and ask it to summarize it for you, and ask it if there's anything in your contract around restrictions about when you need to leave or what your notice period would be like if you were to quit your job. This is especially true if you're in a leadership or executive position or you work as part of a union. Now, if it's a pretty standard employment agreement, then basically all you need to do is provide a 2-week notice to your current boss and letting them know that you're planning on leaving the company. But are you legally required to give 2-week notice? The answer is no. If you work in any of the 49 states except Montana, you are working in an at-will state, which means you have at-will employment, which means you can leave at any point. Now, on the flip side, your employer can also ask you to leave at any point because it goes both ways. But legally, you actually don't have to work there for 2 weeks. It's just a common courtesy that people give so that you can create a transition plan and so you don't burn any bridges. And as I mentioned before, if you're in an executive role or you're in part of a union, some of your contracts may stipulate a longer notice period, up to 30 days, but you will need to check each of that individually with your employment agreement. Now, as a very important note, do not tell anybody at your company, even your boss or someone who you think is your friend, until you have a written letter from the other company that you're going to go and work at and have signed that offer letter. I made this mistake earlier on in my career when I worked at a company. I talked to somebody that I thought was my friend, and then they reported me to HR saying that I was planning on leaving the company, and they asked me to leave and terminated me immediately. At some of these tech companies, especially if you work in an executive level role or you work on some highly confidential AI software or anything proprietary, some of these engineers may get walked out the same day that you are intending to give your 2-week notice. So just be prepared to have everything in line on your end. Now, when you're telling your current boss that you're planning on leaving the company, be prepared in case they offer some type of counter offer to have you stay at your company. I always recommend that even before you go into these meetings or you tell your boss that you're going to quit, that you already have it made up in your mind whether or not you're planning on staying or going based on what you're gaining by going to this other company. Even if their current company were to match the compensation package of another company, keep in mind it's only a temporary fix, because if you're not happy in your role for other reasons, the money is just a band-aid. And also from an HR perspective, if they give you a raise right now to keep you, that also means during your next annual review, you are not going to get a raise. So it's really just a little game of smoke and mirror. Now, when you tell your boss that you're planning on leaving, you just want to keep it very vague and general. You can just say something like I have up on the screen here to indicate that you are okay and happy, but you're just looking for another opportunity. You don't want to throw anyone under the bus, because that's how you burn bridges. And after you talk to your boss, assuming everything goes well and you don't take the counter offer or they don't even offer you one, next you have to actually provide a written statement of resignation via email so that your company has something in writing for documentation. This is a super short email, and I'm going to put the template down in the description below, and you can even see it on the screen right here. But basically, you just need to provide the date in which you plan on terminating your employment there, and you also need to include a signature of your name at the bottom, so this can be added to your record. After you've given your written notice, the next thing you want to do is come up with a transition plan or create some documents to hand off your work to somebody else on the team. Or in case your company needs to backfill you and hire a new person, create some kind of training manual for this new person to come and do your job. This is the best way to not leave your team high and dry and not to burn any of the bridges, just in case you need a reference from them or you want to come back to this company. Now, also keep in mind that if you have some important projects that you need to finish that may take you a little bit longer than 2 weeks, you can negotiate with your new employer for a start date a little bit farther out so that you have time to complete all the important work. If you're a critical part of your engineering project or something is reliant on you finishing it before you can actually leave, and they'll totally understand if you're doing this just so you don't burn any bridges. Now, after you've talked to your manager, and then someone usually from HR will contact you to confirm that you are planning on leaving, you're also going to want to make sure that they haven't made you sign any non-competes when you leave your company. And if you've never heard of a non-compete agreement before, it basically just means that you're agreeing not to work work for one of their immediate competitors, and sometimes also not work on a similar technology or IP that you're working on for your company right now. And you should talk specifically with your employer that you're leaving about what constitutes a competitor in their eyes. Now keep in mind, in 6 of the 50 states, non-compete agreements are not enforceable, like in California with Silicon Valley, and there's other states. And then there are other states that it's technically legally enforceable, but it's a lot harder to actually enforce. So just make sure you're checking on what state you live in and the non-compete agreement that you are signing. Next, HR is probably going to contact you to do what they call an exit interview. This is where they're going to ask you, are you sure that you want to leave? Is there anything that we can do to stay? And they're also going to ask you why you are choosing to leave. Usually I would recommend that you keep it very vague and not actually share anything too honest and specific about why you're leaving the company. The only exception to this would be if you're leaving due to discrimination, sexual harassment, or racism. If you are leaving for any of these reasons and it made you feel unsafe and there's illegal business practices that are currently happening, you should inform HR about it. Now remember, your personal brand follows you everywhere you go, and all of it is based on reputation. And so that's why you're going to want to follow all of the steps laid out in this video. That way you don't burn any bridges and you can actually leave your company with dignity. And if watching this video has inspired you to quit your job, you're going to want to know how to ace your upcoming interviews. And so you're going to want to watch this video that I made right here about how to properly use AI in your interview. And by the way, if you're finding this to be helpful, make sure you click subscribe down below. It's totally free and will take less than half a second. And I post weekly videos just like this to help you advance your career.